Let's break down the actual cost to flip the property. We spent $6,800 on. The biggest thing that we really spent the majority of the budget on was we spent on labor. And that's because we had a little hiccup. I may have misquoted on this. Today's video, we're gonna go over how much it costs to flip a property in Orlando in this present moment in 2025. So you have an idea cost of what it'll cost you to flip a house in this magnitude. Now, I will give you a breakdown of what everything costs us. Some of it will be estimates that we have, but some of it will be factual numbers that we have. However, I want you to keep in mind there will be at least a 10% variance, okay? Just to keep that in mind because you may have different prices than I have.
Why?
Because I've established relationships. So we're gonna go over this property real quick. I'm gonna show it to you, the whole interior. I'm gonna talk about the outside. This property is currently listed, so I'll do a two-part video on this to tell you how we kind of did this flip and how we came to selling it or not selling it. We're gonna figure that out. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the video. This is how I make real estate full circle. All right, let's go. So this property was a flip that we bought about months ago. It's been on the market for quite some time now, and we're trying to get it done. So let's break down the actual cost to flip the property. This property, we spent about $10,000 on AC work. We spent on electrical, we spent $6,800 on electrical, do a new panel, do some other things in here as well. And one other thing we did in here, we did new windows in some of the windows, as you can see behind me. So you go to this window back here. We spent $3,000 just on windows and labor to get that stuff done. The biggest thing that we really spent the majority of the budget on was labor. We spent $25,000 in labor.
Wait, what? Yeah, true.
We're not talking about the MEP type work, the mechanical, the AC, roof. No, just on labor, that's for the finishes. That's for drywall, paint, texture, framing out doors, building out the room, how it needs to be built out, closets, all these things. And that's because we had a little hiccup. We had to spend a little bit more money than expected. So roughly around $25,000 just in labor stuff getting done. And that's including getting the windows done. There's a lot of things, the floors, caulking, the baseboards. So there's a lot of things that kind of got done on this. Now for the plumbing, some of the plumbing was done. I think we spent closely around $4,000 here on plumbing. That was done. So as we're tallying this stuff up, you'll get the final number at the end and you'll see the actual product. But this is what you should expect in some areas, depending on the validity of work you're doing. So if you're doing like a full rewire, you're probably gonna spend north, like if you're doing electrical, full rewire, new panel, you're probably gonna be around $8,000 to $10,000 on something like that. But if you're not doing a full rewire, you might be less. And I may have misquoted on this one. I believe the electrical was roughly around that ballpark, around $7,000, if I'm not mistaken on this one. And I'm gonna enter into the bathroom real quick. Now, part of the labor was through the bathroom. As you can see, the bathroom was done. So that's part of the labor. So the guys did the tile, they did the finished work, and it looks good. Now, you're gonna look at the house, you're gonna see the house looks good. There's certain things that do look good. There's certain things that I don't think that the guys could have did better on. But nonetheless, the product is finished and it looks good, right? Flooring, we bought materials for the flooring. On this house is roughly $3,500 with baseboard and the materials delivered here, just for the materials. The labor covered the install, so we have to worry about that. We had door packages and all that type of stuff. Doors is about $2,000 for doors, casing, and trim, just to make sure we had enough adequate doors in here. Kitchen, I'll go to the kitchen real quick so you can kind of see what we spent. The kitchen here, right behind me, the kitchen, I believe the cabinets, and the countertop was roughly under $6,000 for all of that. Like $6,500 if I'm not mistaken. So that, and it's a very small kitchen. It's not even a big kitchen. It's a very small kitchen. It's functional and it works. Now, could we have made the kitchen bigger? Yes, I think so. Now, one of the things I absolutely forgot to mention was demo, dumpsters. Man, dumpsters, I think dumpsters on it was very expensive. One of the companies had his own dumpsters, and I'm not sure if we bought more, but I know that for demo and dumpsters, we were north of $2,000 just on that itself to kind of get that done. And you still have the expenses. So along the way, there's other things that took place that we had to kind of reorder just to kind of get it done to make sure that we get this puppy on the market and get it closed out. So this flip, for me, if I'm rating it, selling it, I'm giving it like a 7. Just because you did the good stuff, right? The electrical was done, water heater was done, windows was done. Finishing wise, I think they could do a little bit better, but it's I'm just saying. But I think that it was mainly the contractor, to be honest with you. I don't think the contractor was part of it. For the finishing, that's like texture. I don't like the texture on the walls. That's what I'm saying. So this is little small things. Outside of that, that's almost about it, y'all. It wasn't that much landscaping. We've been kind of paying that. That was less than $1,000, nothing crazy. But as you go along the way, these are the things that just comes and adds up when you're flipping property. So that's part of the things that we kind of did in this place. Now we have to do the roof. The roof on this house, it's a flat roof. The roof, I believe, was $13,500. And one of the things I want you guys to notice, that all the permits were pulled. You can see the permits in the window, you can see the tape. We pulled permits on all this stuff to make sure that we're past all our inspection. Towel materials for the bathroom was roughly around $2,200 for that. So I'm just tallying up. My team's gonna tally up all the way at the end for you, and you'll see the total amount. But this is what you should expect if you're flipping a product with a lot of work. Now this house did need a lot of work. So I have a grading scale. So I have simple, moderate, and excessive. This one was between moderate and excessive. So when you see these prices, you see what's going on, yes, that's what's going on. And we have to buy drywall. There's a lot of drywall that we have to buy here. Drywall materials was roughly around $1,500 in mud. And then we had to buy the trim out for the electrical. Trim out was $900. That's ceiling fans, light fixtures, all that type of stuff, $900 to get that done. There's a lot of windows that we had to change out to make sure. So we had to kind of get that stuff done and get it wrapped up. Hopefully it gives you some insight as you watch this video. Now I want to say, hey, we don't have power on this house. We gotta get the power back on because I think we probably just forgot about it in the market. We got a lot of properties on the market. Get your assistant to keep track of this stuff. Because this one we JV'd, I didn't have my assistant on it, but now I'm going to get her on it to stay on top of it a little bit. So full disclosure, before I finish, this was a project that I JV'd on. This is not my work at all. This is a project that I just lent money on, gave some contacts, and we're just flipping it. All right, just so you guys see. Because if you go back and watch my videos, I don't want you guys to have that misconstrued. So if you're flipping a property and you're like, hey, how do I figure out what my cost is or what it is? You can use it as a baseline for you as you're watching this video. You'll see the work, you'll see the floors, the baseboards are 5 1/4 baseboards. You kind of get an idea what that looks like, just to give you a heads up. You found some value in this video to kind of give you an indication of what things might cost you. Now, you probably won't get it right every time, but this is just a video to give you an idea of what you should expect, okay? This is just to help you guys get an idea, right, when you're trying to flip a property in Florida, specifically Orlando, anywhere in Central Florida, really. Now, could you probably do better pricing? Yes, you could. Could you do this yourself? You probably can, but I would advise doing all this work by yourself. I like hiring contractors to get this stuff done because it makes my life easier. I can go on to the next project and I can always hold somebody accountable to come back to it. When it's yourself that's doing the work, it can get a little tricky. But if it's your first flip, you can. It's up to you. But thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you found some value. If you did, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for me. Leave a comment if you like this style of video. I'll do like a lot more for you guys. Just let me know. This is Gene Garan, helping you make your dreams into deeds by helping you make real estate full circle. All right, see you guys in the next one.
Invest the mind, stacking cash in the vertical. Hard money lender, getting green is surgical. Contractor skills, blueprint to the build. Mentor all the hustlers, teach them how to will. Turning dreams into deeds, got the world thrilled.
You can. It's up to you.